Can you imagine that Star Wars might have never existed because George Lucas almost died in his teenage years? A seemingly fatal car accident set him on the path to creating one of the most iconic film franchises in history, and if not for a seatbelt malfunction, we might have never ventured to a galaxy far, far away. Growing up in Modesto, California, George Lucas was captivated by cars from a young age and yearned to become a race car driver. Modesto was a town where cars were more than just a means of transportation. They were a cultural element, deeply rooted in its history. George's teenage years were spent in the company of friends who shared his enthusiasm for cars and speed. At one point, he acquired a yellow Auto Bianchi Bianchina, a small Italian car that he meticulously modified to enhance its speed. The car became a personal project that allowed Lucas to express his mechanical creativity and ambition. He spent countless hours under the hood, tinkering with the engine, and participated in local drag races, eager to make a name for himself on the racetrack. His passion for racing was more than just a hobby. It was the foundation of his early identity, and he dreamed of becoming a professional race car driver, seeing it as his future. However, on June 12, 1962, just a few days before his high school graduation, Lucas's life took a dramatic turn that would forever change his path. While driving home from the library on rural roads near Modesto, he was broadsided by a Chevy Impala, driven by his classmate, Frank Ferreira. The impact was catastrophic, flipping the small car multiple times. It was during one of these rolls that the racing belt, which was intended to secure George in place, failed, resulting in Lucas being thrown from the vehicle onto the pavement just before the car came to a stop against the tree. Had he remained inside, he would have been crushed. Fortunately, George survived, although sustained serious injuries, including multiple broken bones and bruised lungs, leading to an extensive recovery period. He spent 4 months in the hospital, during which time he experienced a profound shift in perspective. The accident led him to abandon his dream of becoming a race car driver, realizing that a career in racing might lead to another close brush with death. After his recovery, Lucas faced the challenge of redefining his life. With his racing aspirations behind him, he redirected his focus toward education and filmmaking, a field that had always intrigued him but had taken a backseat to his passion for cars. He enrolled at Modesto Junior College, where he began to improve his academic performance, immersing himself in subjects like psychology, anthropology, and philosophy, which would later influence his storytelling. It was during this time that his interest in photography and film began to resurface. Lucas started documenting local racing events, capturing the excitement of the races he could no longer participate in. This hobby quickly evolved into a passion for filmmaking, and he began experimenting with cameras, shooting short films, and learning the basics of visual storytelling. While Lucas had left his dreams of racing behind, his love for cars never truly faded. Instead, it evolved and found its way into his films. His breakout hit, American Graffiti, was a nostalgic tribute to the car culture of his youth in Modesto, capturing the essence of cruising, drag racing, and the camaraderie that defined his teenage years. The film was both a critical and commercial success, resonating with audiences who shared similar memories of the 1960s car culture. Lucas's affinity for speed and adventure also influenced his later works, most notably the Star Wars saga. The thrilling dogfights in space with X-Wing fighters zooming through the stars in epic battles, the iconic speeder bike chase on the forest moon of Endor in Return of the Jedi, and of course the pod race in The Phantom Menace were directly influenced by his early experiences with cars and racing. Lucas applied the same principles of speed, agility, and risk that he had learned on the racetrack to these sequences, creating some of the most memorable moments in cinematic history. If you found this story interesting, make sure to watch this video next, where we explore the tragic fate of the Force Unleashed game series, from its ambitious start till the death blow dealt by Disney.